Hello and welcome back, or welcome to By Hook or By Needles. Today we are going to be working up just a few rows of our repeat as a swatch, just to get in a basic idea of the width of one repeat, so that we can then work out how many repeats we need for our full project. Once again, just to repeat, I am using a 4-ply yarn, which is I think about a 2 weight, and a 3.5mm or a E hook. And I'm going for this, I decided to go for this marble statue because I need 2 balls of it, and I had 2 balls of this. It might be a bit of a problem with this background. If it is, I'll change the background, but I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. We'll have to wait and see. So what do we need to start off doing? Well, first things first, we're going to chain 45. So we're going to do a slip knot, and we are going to do a chain of 45 because the repeat is 44 plus 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Okay, so this is my chain. What I'm going to do, and this will just make it easier for the first row, I'm going to count to the 4th back bump, if I can see it. So I've got 1, 2, 3, and this is my 4th one, and I'm just going to put a stitch marker in there. Now 45 is the width of our chain, but then to start the row, because and we start every row the same, we need to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. No, I think it's, no, it's not, it's not that one, it's the next one, sorry. It's the next one, because that's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one. So it's your 5th one from your hook you need to put your stitch marker into. Okay, so 5th chain from the hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to chain 6. That's going to be the starting chain. We are going to start every row with a chain of 6, and that's 1, 2, 3, which becomes the height of our first double crochet, and then a chain of 3, 1, 2, 3, which becomes the chain between the double crochets. So we then work into our 11th chain from the hook, which should be the one we've marked. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, and it's our 11th. So we're going to work a double crochet into that 11th chain. And once I've done that, got my hook in there, I can remove the stitch marker and I can work my double crochet. Right, now, this doesn't look like a very good double crochet, does it? Hang on. Into that and work a double crochet. That's slightly better. Okay, and so what we've got there is our first square. Okay, we've got 3 chain in between this double crochet and the double crochet created by a chain of 3, and then we've got 3 chain up there. We're going to do another 3 chain, 1, 2, 3. We're going to skip 3 chain and go into the 4th, 1, 2, 3, into the next chain with a double crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, into the 4th with the next double crochet. I'm going to just do this all the way across. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, into the 4th. Now you don't have to go into the back bumps, you can go into the chain if you prefer a different way. Oops. Now I need to do that, redo that stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. We should end up with 11 squares as our base. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hopefully, if I am out by a chain, I can show you how to fix it. And if I'm not, we won't be able to show you how to fix it. And then we go 1, 2, 3 into the next. This bit's always a bit fiddly working into the chain. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. We skip and we go into the next, which is the 4th. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 into the 4th. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 into the 4th. 1, 2, 3, and we should have 4 left, which we do. 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th. Okay, that gives us our first row of our repeat. And if we just count, we should have 11 squares. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Beautiful. So we chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we turn our work. Now it gets a little bit easier because we're just going to be working a double crochet into the double crochet, which is a little bit easier to work into than the chain. And then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then just jump over to the next double crochet. One, 2, 3, double crochet, one, 2, 3, 2, 3. It's my cat, you can hear. If you can hear him, his claws are actually catching on the carpet. He needs clipping. He doesn't like it. He gets very distressed with me. He hisses at me, which he thinks is very brave. 1, 2, 3. There's a couple more. Like I say, there's no gauge to meet with this. You merely just have to measure whatever gauge you end up with. So, you know, you do not have to have a gauge with it. Okay, so now we're going to have 1, 2, 3, and we're going to go into the 4th. Because we still want our space of 3, and then we go into the next chain. Okay, then I'm going to just place a stitch marker in that, and that gives us our first or our second row. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to set up with my blocking board, and we're going to do some measurements. Back in a second. Okay, this is a blocking board my dad made for me, which I'm very lucky to have. Okay, so I'm just going to 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to pop that one in there. And I'm just going to hold it taut enough that it's not pulled, but, you know, that it's... I don't want to stretch it. I could stretch it all the way out to here, but I'm not. I'm just going to hold it at a reasonable tension to there, so that just holds it flat. Okay, so we've just done 2 rows only. I'm going to grab my tape measure, and I'm going to measure what I've got. I've got 21 centimeters, or 8 1/4 inches. Okay. Yep, 21 centimeters and 8 1/4 inches. So I can only do it by the measurements by centimeters, so I know that I need to do, what did I say, 150 centimeters is how long I want my shrug to be, and we're going to divide that by 21. And I'm not going to do it I'm not going to do it without a calculator, so I'm just going to bring up my calculator on my desktop, and we are going to go 150 divided by 21, and that comes out as 7.1. So it comes out as 7.142, blah 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 blah. So I'm going to reduce it to 7. So I'm going to have 7 repeats. Okay, that's how many repeats I need, is 7 repeats. Now we know it's 7 repeats, and it is 44 stitches per repeat. So it's 7 times 44 plus 1. So that will be 7 times 44 plus 1. It's going to equal 309 chain is what I'm going to need to start with for my shrug. Okay, now you're obviously more than likely going to have something different. The first time I did this with similar sized yarn and hook, I had only 6 repeats and only needed 260 odd chain. So I'm going to work up a chain now. I'm going to unravel what I've got here, and I'm going to work up a chain of 309, and every I'll show you, hang on. Alright, because the first, I'm going to put a stitch marker in, but I'm not going to put a stitch marker in every 44, because the first stitch marker will need to go in after 45. Okay, so let me just get rid of that blocking board. Oh, wrong way around. Okay, that fits in there like that. So, and then once I've done my chain, I'm just going to check it up against who I'm giving it to, just to make sure that, you know, it does look okay. So, the first stitch marker will go in at 45 chain, because that's 44 plus 1, and all the others will be 44 chain. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. And then I'm just going to put stitch marker into the back bump of that 45th one, and then I'm going to continue. That's one repeat, and then I'm just going to continue now, and every 44th chain I'm just going to put a stitch marker into the back bump until I have 7 repeats, or 309 stitches. So rather than you sit here and be bored watching me count, I'm going to pause and come back when I have finished. Okay, there I have finished. I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 repeats, and I have placed a stitch marker in the 5th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th chain. That's my cats fighting, if you hear that. And that is because that will become the 11th chain when I work the first row. So here we go. Working the first row, we're going to chain 6 each time. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to work into the 11th stitch, which is the one I've already marked, but just to make sure, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and we're going to work into that 11th stitch with just a double crochet. So we are just going to do what we did now for the, I'm going to take that stitch marker out. We're just going to do now for what we did for the gauge or sample swatch, whatever you want to call it, to get our measurements. We're just going to chain 3, 2, 3. Then we're going to skip 3 chain, 1, 2 and 3, and go into the, where's my back bump? Sorry, my yarn. I've got my, oh, I've got it slightly twisted. Hang on, let me work this out. Oh, that's it. Okay. Oh, okay, that's why, because I've worked into the wrong part of the stitch. Aha, I didn't work into my back bump. So I'm just going to take that stitch out, mark where I have to go. Don't want to lose that 11th stitch or 11th chain, and go into the back bump. That'll be better. Okay, that's better. Now it'll be not twisted. Okay, so we're going to chain 3, skip 3, 1, 2 and 3, and work into the 4th with another double crochet. This of course is a treble if you are following along from the UK. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and work into the 4th. And we're just going to do this all the way along, and that's a long chain. And we're going to have, when we're finished, because I've got 7 repeats, 7 11s, it is 77. So I will have 77 squares, or that's what I should have when I am finished, and I will be counting that when I am finished, just to make sure I haven't made any silly mistakes along the way. So we will just continue along, as I say, doing this for our first row of our shrug. Now you don't need to really see me do all 77 squares, I'm sure. Oops. It's going to be the same all the way across. It is simply going to be chain 3, 2, 3, skip 3, you can see 1, 2, 3, and go into the 4th with a double crochet. And it's as simple as that. 1, 2, 3. Just take your time, there's no rush. You don't want to have uneven sort of tension with fillet. You don't want it to sort of, you want the squares to be as even as possible. Sort of when you look at it, you want it to sort of look like they are really nice and standard and similar. You know, I mean, there's going to be a bit of variance here and there. Like this one's a little bit wider at the top, but you know, that's to be expected, human error and all the rest of it. But you do want to try and keep them fairly standard as you go. So I will just leave that with you, and I will just continue. 1, 2, 3 into the 4th, and I will meet you back here at the end of this row when we start our second row. So I will be back in a long time, in a long time from now. If you have any problems at all following along, please, you know, use the settings to slow down or speed up. 1, 2, 3 into the 4th. Now, I'll work to the end of the stitch marker, because that will let me know I'm on track or not. 1, 2, 3, and I would leave this stitch marker in just for reference. 1, 2, 3 into the 4th, because you will know that that is the end of a repeat. And we got 1, 2, 3, which is exactly what we need. Now you're probably thinking, why don't we have 4? We don't have 4 because we've got the +1 at the end. Okay, we've got the +1 at the end, and the last stitch of the repeat is the first stitch of the next repeat. That's just the way this is working out. So we're just going to go into that. I'm not even going to take the stitch marker out, and whoops, I forgot my chain 3. See, 1, 2, 3, and we will go into the back bump with a double crochet, and then I'm just gonna make sure, get the stitch marker. I'm just going to pop that there so it doesn't unravel on me. I'm just going to make sure that I've got 11 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. So that's my first repeat. Let's see if I get the same mesh length, just to make sure. Yep, it's about 21 still. 21 centimeters, 8¼ inches. So right on track. Okay, so I'm going to finish this row as is. So basically what you need to do as you come to each stitch marker, because like I say, the first stitch marker went in chain number 45, okay, and this, then every other stitch marker should have gone into your 44th chain. There should be a double crochet going into each of these, can't hear it everywhere, each of these stitch marker spots, stitch marker chains. If for some reason it's not, then maybe you miscounted somewhere along the line. Maybe, you know, when you were counting your 3 chain, you didn't count the first one because this might have been pulled up too much and shrunk the next back bump, so you couldn't see it properly, so you skipped one or something like that. So just, you can just go back and just check that section. That's the whole lot. That's the beauty of having little sections like this. You only have to check 44 stitches instead of the 309 which I have got in my Shrug. Okay, so I'm going to end it, not end the video, but end it there, and then we're going to move on. When I come back, we will be, gosh, if I can get my tongue around it, we will be at the beginning of the second row. See you very shortly, or, well, shortly for you, long time for me. Okay, here we are at the end, and just going to do 1, 2, 3 chain, skip 3, and go into the last chain there, and that is 1 row done. Okay, so remember we start with 6 chain each time, so I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to turn, and now it gets a little bit easier because we just need to work into the top of the previous row's double crochet with 3 chain in between each. And our 6 chain we started with is 3 chain for the double crochet, and 3 chain is for the 3 chain in between the 2 double crochets. Okay, and we just continue this. This is just another row of just making fillet squares. It is no pattern as such still, because we are still doing, we've just done our first row, which is completely empty squares, and now we've done our second row, and that's also completely empty squares. So I'm just going to pop that down, just wanted to show you that. So we're just going to keep going and doing that. As I say, it's just 3 chain and into the previous row's double crochet. Nothing could be simpler. Don't have to think at all with this one. The only time you have to start thinking is when you do your first row of your pattern. And that's the beauty too with these filet patterns, is once you positioned those three filled in squares in the right spot, you can then just increase, or decrease or misplace, miss squares based on the previous row. As long as you get the first row spot on and in the correct position, you can just, a matter of when you look at the next row, you go, okay, so I've got to fill in the square on either side of the previous row's squares. Just one square extra on either side, and that sort of thing. In this case, you don't increase any, up here you would just do 2 rows of filled fillet squares. So it really is very doable for your beginner. It's I'm trying to make it as easy to follow for all levels, skill levels. And I really think it is, yeah. It's something that everyone can do and enjoy doing. And your previous row really is your guideline of, what do I do, where do I go, what do I fill in, what don't I fill in. Okay, I'm going to finish up here. The next video will be, I'm going to make it almost immediately, but you probably won't see it. I think I'm putting this one up on, let me have a look. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. So let's have a look. The first one went, the getting started one went up on the 8th of August. I'm going to put this one up on the 10th of August. And the next one will be the 12th or 13th of August. And then we'll just do a few more rows. Probably will be the 12th of August, I would say. So this one's going to be put up on the 10th of August, which because 10th of August in Australian time, that is. And the next one will be I think it'll be the 12th of August Australian time. So that'll be the 11th of August for most of those in the US. Okay, so just finish this row, just continuing to do your chain of 3 and working into a double crochet into the previous row's double crochet. And it really is as simple as that. Just be mindful of your tension. You don't want to be too tight or too loose. You do want to try and maintain a sort of reasonable sort of facsimiles of lots of little squares. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there for today. Take your time. There's no hurry. You've got plenty of time before Halloween, and I will see you in a couple of days with the next video. Bye for now. Oh, don't forget your thummies. Thanks very much. Bye.